Okay, I have created so many routines in my life, but I've miserably failed to stick to most of them, except for that one time when I followed this simple technique.
What a wonderful world.
What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I think this video is dropping at the right time in the beginning of the year when probably most of us have our new year resolutions or goals or even some small habits that we're trying to give up on, or maybe even trying to inculcate new habits. We're right at the half month mark of January 2021, and if you're anything like me, you might have also failed at sticking to your routine. Well, at least not 100% of the time, right? For me, I could stick to my routine a couple of days, and then a couple of days I could stick to it like 70%. Some days I did not stick to my routine at all, and those days were the worst. And I think it's quite common for us to have that sort of fire and motivation in the beginning of the year and in the beginning of the month, and slowly it sort of fizzles down and then you're back to square one where you began. So to avoid going haywire from my actual plan for 2021, all the goals and habits that I want to inculcate this year, I just did a simple thing, and that is to go back to my basics. Time blocking. Now I'm sure you might have heard this term. I'm specifically talking about calendar blocking. So for those of you who are completely new to time blocking and the concept of time blocking, it's basically a time management technique that helps you to schedule your work by blocking specific time slots of your day in order to increase your productivity. So there are three major benefits of time blocking. First is that it limits your distractions because you have allotted specific time for specific tasks, so you're more likely to stay focused on the task at hand. And because of this illusion of the limited time and the time block that you set for yourself, you tend to get more work done, and it is also faster. And lastly, it keeps you way more organized in your life in general, and of course increasing your productivity. Now if you're completely new to all of this, don't worry, I will be taking you step by step on how you can also go about calendar blocking your entire routine and making sure that you stick to it no matter what. So there are a couple of stages of time blocking. The first stage is the planning stage. This I feel is like a fun part where you have like a blank slate and you can create your own routine. I have made a detailed video regarding to creating your own routine that you love and that you will actually follow. Make sure you watch that video if you haven't already. I will link it up here. I mentioned everything necessary in that video, so please make sure you watch that. I will skip that and move to the second stage, which is the actual time blocking stage. So assuming you have your routine set and you watch that video, you have like a list of things that you would like to get done every single day, whether that's related to your habits, daily mundane tasks, your work, your study, anything and everything. Now is the time to prioritize and see what is important, what is something that you have to get done every single day. If you watched my goal setting video, I did mention like a proper process on how you can sort of reverse engineer your goals. So now is the time to look into your goals and see what aligns with it. What are the daily habits or daily things that you can do to get closer to your yearly goal? This is definitely a trial and error sort of process. You will make mistakes here, but don't worry, you just have to start somewhere. So just figure out approximate time for however long you think you will take to study a particular subject, or to finish that presentation, or to do your gym workout. A tip here is to actually keep some buffer time, especially when you are starting out with time blocking. You may not have ever tracked your timings of how much time you take to have lunch or how much time you take to study a particular lesson. So you're giving that buffer time of, let's say, 1 hour, even though you know your workout is only 45 minutes, just keep it as 1 hour in your time block, so that give and take, any slips of timings happen here and there, it sort of makes up for it in the entirety of it, because you have set buffer time for different tasks throughout your day. Now you can do this two ways. One is to do it non-digitally, whether that's your planner, your notebook, an actual calendar, or you can take the digital route, which is what I would suggest because that has been the game changer for me, honestly speaking. So I highly recommend you try out a digital calendar. I use Google Calendar, you can use iCal as well, and don't worry, I will give you a quick tutorial on how you can easily time block on Google Calendar. Okay, so we have a Google Calendar here. Now on the left side, you can see these are the default calendars that would already be there. What you need to do is head over to the plus sign and then create new calendar. For example, let's just put routine. This could be like your daily chores or anything. And now you can see there is the routine calendar here. You have to check it off and you can change the color. So let's say I'm going to keep it into this flamingo pink. Again, you can create more new calendars like this. Workout. Changing this to, let's say, mango. Next, we can do study. Okay, so we have our 4 calendars here. You can add as many as you'd like. Now, let's say that 9 a.m. is when I wake up. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Of course, it's not going to take me 1 hour to wake up. So I'm just going to keep it at half an hour. You can even reduce the time if you're someone who literally gets up the moment the alarm rings. For me, more realistically, I'm just going to keep this half an hour buffer time. This is part of my routine task, so I don't need to change this. Does not repeat ke yahan we will click every weekday because I wake up at the same time all throughout the week. You can change it up to however you'd like, customize it to some days, skip few days, or just keep weekends. Completely up to you. And making sure that every time block of mine will have a notification. Go with the default 10 minutes. You can again customize it to whatever time you'd like. I think 10 minutes makes a lot of sense to me. So you can see automatically that applies to every single day of the week. So this is very convenient. I don't have to individually go to every date and update something. Let's say from 9:30 to 10 you are going to do some journaling. Again, this is part of my routine task, so that remains the same. Now maybe this is not something I do every single day and I do it alternative days, so I'm going to go to custom and just click on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, making sure I have my notification on, and you can see automatically it is on alternate days of every single week. Again, super customizable. I'm going to say gym. I'm going to change the calendar into workout and only do Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, let's say you do yoga, go to custom and click on Tuesday and Thursday, and there you have it. So you can see all the oranges are workouts and alternate days I have yoga and gym. A pro tip here is to actually put in some buffer time. So if I know my workout is a 1 hour workout, I can probably increase it for like 15 minutes more and apply this change to every other day as well. And you can see it automatically increases on the other days. You never know what small changes can happen throughout the day, which is outside of your control. So I think it's really important to have buffer timings. Other than the buffer timings, I think it's also important to schedule in intentional breaks. So you can see this gap. So that could be considered as your break time if you'd like, or like here, you don't have the journaling on Tuesday and Thursdays, or you could be like me also, and instead of the gap, you can fill it up and just write chill. I do that sometimes, and that could be part of my routine task as well. So yeah, that's just completely up to you how you vibe. I sometimes keep it blank. Sometimes I make it into a block called chill, but it's completely up to you. This is so helpful, guys. So we've done the major part of the work, right? We've set our time blocks, we've set alerts, so there's no way that we'll actually forget what we're supposed to do, especially when it's a new routine and your body is not used to it. The third stage is the action stage, where you literally take action on the schedule that you've assigned to yourself. So follow your time blocks as closely as possible. Do not spend too much time on a task when you know that you've only assigned that much time in your calendar, but do keep a note and track how much time you're actually taking for a certain task. It could be lesser than what you've actually estimated in your calendar. It could be even more than what you've estimated in your calendar. The first few days will be a bit messy because, like I said, you're not used to the routine and you're not really sure how much time you actually take on certain tasks. But eventually it does get much easier and much smoother, and you end up realizing what works and what does not work. And finally, we are at the revision stage, and like the name suggests, you basically, after let's say a week of following your schedule and tracking your time, you have a better understanding of how much time you need for most of the tasks. So you can make adjustments on your calendar by either increasing the time block because you realize that you need that much more time, or either by decreasing a time block because you realize that you actually don't need that much time to finish that task. Maybe after a week you might realize that your body does not respond better to morning workouts. So how about you put that time block of gym or any workout that you do in the evening and try that out for a week and see if that is better suited for your body. So yeah, that was pretty much it for time blocking. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in any way. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. And if you aren't already part of the Meg fam, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified on all my future videos and do not miss out on them. I'm also pretty active on my Instagram, so if you want to stay further connected, then make sure you follow me on my Instagram. It's at Meghna Verghese. And that is pretty much it. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay happy, positive and blessed. Bye. What kiss was that?
What a wonderful world.